In this video, I'm going to share multiple niches with you that are going to see an increase in sales during May. And if you're new to print on demand or to designing t-shirts, then you might well benefit from downloading my free print on demand graphics bundle, which is always linked in the description. And that will give you access to over 30 files that will help you out with t-shirt design and make your life a lot easier. The 3rd of May is National Teacher Day in America, and that means teaching designs are going to do even better than they usually do, so it's definitely an interesting niche to target. You might say teacher designs are really competitive, and they definitely are, don't get me wrong, so you have to cross niche or sub niche to have some potential to get sales here. And what do I mean by this? So cross niching, we can see a ton of examples right here, and I'm recording this in the middle of March, so this is why there's a lot of these St. Patrick's Day designs selling. Pi Day is still a thing, and those sort of designs are really suitable for teachers if you cross niche those two topics. Sub niching, if you're wondering or if you're curious how to sub niche in the teacher niche, to give you a few examples, obviously we have different types of teachers. So you might target, like here, an art teacher, a geography teacher, music teacher, chemistry, physics. You know, there's so many different subjects that you could target and sub niche, and that way target a more specific audience and also lower competition. You could also target different ages, so maybe you go after retired teacher or soon to be retired teachers that might be getting gifts. Then we could also target new or future teachers which are just about to become a teacher, enter like a kindergarten or preschool, something like that. And that's another keyword, kindergarten, preschool. There's different types of schools or different grades, so as you can see, there is tons and tons of different topics. This is just off the top of my head, so there's probably way more options right here to sub niche or cross niche with the teacher niche. I've probably said the word teacher and cross niche a million times in this video, so sorry for that. I think if you scroll through this niche, you'll get a lot of examples. This one right here is something I would not do. Teacher of the most awesome peeps, that is crossing it with Easter, which first of all is not relevant anymore in May, but Peeps is also related to a brand, so that's definitely protected and not allowed, and you're not allowed to sell that on Amazon or any other platform. So don't use the word peeps, and try and find some sub niches for teachers and come up with some unique ideas of how to target those sub niches. Moving on, the second niche I've got for you is Great Britain or British people, and the reason I'm recommending this is because on May the 6th, it is actually the coronation of King Charles III. Now, this is very specific to the current year, 2023, so if you're watching this way ahead in the future in 2024, then this niche might not be as relevant anymore. However, we did already see last year when the Queen passed away that just general British themed designs were doing way better than they usually do. I don't know whether you can use the name King Charles III in your design, like this example right here. I'm not sure what the rules are there. If anyone does know, please comment down below. I'd be really curious to know. So I'm not recommending this just in case it's not allowed, but designs like this right here, for Americans with a British background, definitely an option. We've got a design right here for tea drinkers, people who like tea, which is one of the biggest British stereotypes, so stuff like that will definitely do well. We've got a cat wearing British sunglasses, so you could do that with various different animals. There's some funny designs right here, and yeah, just think outside the box. Target people who will want to represent maybe their background, being partly British leading up to the coronation, or people that just really like Britain or want to wear a funny British design. So yeah, look through this niche. I'm sure you can get some ideas, and also remember to list your designs on the British marketplace, because that will also have a ton of demand there, if not more. Yeah, probably a lot more in the UK. This is scrolling through the American results, so you'll probably get some different results in Britain. And yeah, hope you have fun with this niche, and I hope it can help you get some extra sales. The 23rd of May is World Turtle Day, and this is an evergreen niche which definitely has a lot of demand all year round, so it's definitely worth entering in my opinion. We've got 150k top seller right here, and tons of more designs that also have a 200k BSR, getting multiple sales every single day. Something that is definitely very prevalent here in these top search results, or in general in these designs, is a blue and green color scheme. There's also quite a few watercolor ones, so bear that in mind when you're creating your designs. Even if you have like a more text-based design, maybe add those colors, or add like an overlay of a watercolor graphic that is blue and green. Just try that out. There is tons of designs that literally just have a turtle like this. If you scroll down there, we've got one there, right there. And yeah, I mean, this is a style that I probably wouldn't go after just because it's already been done a million times. This one is in green, this one is in like more of a pinky color, but there's so many variations of that design that it's probably hard to get sales with. Now, some things that I've seen that are not as overdone the targeting boys and girls. So I mean, this sentence, just a girl who loves turtles, I don't think you can use that sentence anymore. Just a girl who loves does give you rejections now, I think, but just a boy who loves, this design's doing pretty well. It looks really nice with the vintage sunset and the sort of coral reef right in the background. Definitely nice design, and that's doing pretty well as well. So you could target boys, you could target girls still, just with a different sentence. Now we've got a design here, Save the Turtles, so those sort of things can always do really well if it's not trademarked. I'm not sure if Save the might be registered, don't know. Cross niching as usual, very, very popular. So here we've got St. Patrick's Day cross niched. Obviously that's not relevant for May, but that's just to give you an example of what you can do to mix and match different topics. If we're looking at May, what is coming ahead soon, I don't know what there is in terms of big holidays, but there is July the 4th, for example. So you could also do some turtle-based designs that have American flags featuring in them. And then if you get a few sales during World Turtle Day, you have a better chance of also selling for July the 4th or Independence Day. So yeah, take a look at this niche. There is tons of designs doing well, and there's various ways to approach it. And I think these designs look really amazing and really fun to create. So I hope you have some success with this niche, and let's move on to the next one. On May the 5th, we've got arguably one of the biggest t-shirt design holidays for May, and that is Cinco de Mayo. If you've been around in print on demand, you probably have seen this niche before, and it does really well every single year. And it is, for t-shirts, mainly a celebration of Mexican culture. And while you look through these results, you quickly notice that most of them are about tacos and just funny designs. That's literally it. There is some Fiesta ones as well. That's Fiesta. I saw Fiesta Squad somewhere. But mainly we have got a lot of funny jokes, often related to tacos. So there's a common one here. Taco Cat, spelled backwards, is Taco Cat. That one, whilst it's really funny and can get a ton of sales, has probably been copied thousands of times over the years. So that one would be hard to get results with, but it gives you an idea of what people are interested in. Tacos are obviously massively popular in terms of Mexican culture, and then funny designs is what people want to buy. This one I thought was great as well. Taco Emergency Call 911. There is various different ways of how to come up with phrases that are really funny and that have a spin on the Mexican culture or Mexican food. Nachos also very prevalent. Tons of nacho designs that do well. And by the way, this is once again recorded in the middle of March, and the top seller that is literally aimed at Cinco de Mayo has already got an 83 kBSR. So that probably gives you an idea of how big the potential is. You've got one right here, Tacosaurus. So if you're good at designs, or maybe you try and use AI art for something like this, then you could mix various different animals or things like dinosaurs, unicorns with tacos. And again, you've got a funny standard design right there. Burritos is another topic. So there's various different sub niches, tons of ways to approach Cinco de Mayo. And if you want some extra chances of getting sales for 2023, then try and include the year in your title and your descriptions as well. Speaking of massive t-shirt holidays in May, here we've got Mother's Day, and that is on the 8th. By the way, this is for America, so in the United Kingdom it is a different date, just in case you're confused. But Mother's Day, whilst it's obviously a massive niche with hundreds of thousands of results probably, definitely still has potential, because from my experience, what can do really well here and how I get most of my sales for this holiday is evergreen niches. So if you've got evergreen designs that are specifically targeted at women or mothers, then you've got a way higher chance of selling those leading up to Mother's Day. So how could you do this? We've got some examples here of a cat and dog mum. You could do it with different dog breeds as well. We've got a baseball mum, so you could use different sports topics or just other hobbies in general that a mum might be passionate about. Because if you think about it yourself, if you want to get your mum a gift, you're going to think, well, if you're getting her a graphic t-shirt, you're going to think of the topics that she is really passionate about and would enjoy representing on a shirt. So definitely go down that thought pattern, and yeah, just try and look at different evergreen niches, mix them with the word mum or mama. We've got I saw some other examples. We've got granny as well, so you could obviously target grandmas as well. They would still be gifted to for Mother's Day. You could make it 2023 centric, so here we've got soon to be grandma for 2023. Things like that could also sell extra well on Mother's Day. So definitely don't ignore the less obvious niches like this one. We've got a Harry Potter ripoff right here, so that's something I would not recommend doing. Mum or Manager of Mischief, that's definitely themed along Harry Potter, and whilst it's probably going to get some decent sales, it would probably also get the person's account terminated in the near future, so do not copy that. But yeah, have fun with this niche. Tons of potential here if you find the right evergreen niches to mix this topic with, and if you have some good designs with good listings, then you can definitely get some extra sales for this during May. Moving on to niche number 6, on the 20th of May, it is National Rescue Dog Day. And rescue dogs are actually quite popular for anyone who doesn't know anything about dogs or has never had one. I have often come across dog owners while walking Milo that do have a rescue dog and are very, very passionate about that sort of topic. So this is an interesting sub-niche to consider that will see extra sales in the middle of May. Rescue dogs are, well, the idea behind it, if you don't know anything about it, is that you get a dog that was abandoned by its previous owner, or it was mistreated or something like that. Oftentimes they can also come from foreign countries where maybe dogs are generally not very highly regarded and live on the streets, that sort of stuff. And that way you're sort of doing a good thing, a good deed, and you're saving a dog that didn't really have a great life. So people are really passionate about this. There's a lot of cool phrases right here in some of these top sellers that are definitely worth considering for your own designs. Always make sure to check them for trademarks, because that might lead to rejections if some of these words in these phrases are trademarked and you include them in your listing. By the way, if you don't know how to check for trademarks efficiently, because scrolling through the used PTO database might seem efficient, but it definitely isn't. There's way easier ways to do this. And then check out one of my videos that I put out a few months ago that shows you various free methods to check for trademarks online and make sure that you get less rejections. So this niche is definitely very interesting, a good sub niche for dog owners, a more specific type of dog owner, let's say, that feels very passionate about saving mistreated dogs. Niche number 7 is Memorial Day, and that is, for this year at least, on the 30th of May. It does vary every year a little bit, I think, but Memorial Day, for anyone who's not from the US, is a federal holiday in the United States where people who basically died in the military are being remembered. And that means what you're going to see sell very well leading up to Memorial Day is designs that are very patriotic, that are about the military, about veterans, American flags, obviously. That sort of stuff will do really, really well. You will see designs that say thank you or remember, stuff like that. I did type in Memorial Day here, which doesn't bring back the best results. You could also look for veterans. So looking through the veterans niche will probably give you some ideas of what sorts of designs to create, because obviously they're very military themed. They have lots of American flags in them and they will see extra interest leading up to that date. You could also search for patriotic. That is another good keyword to use as well, along Memorial Day, veterans, patriotic, patriotism, that sort of stuff. American flag, USA, United States of America. There's various different keywords that can be very important for appearing for this sort of trend. If you scroll through the patriotic niche, obviously there's lots of very generic designs that just say USA with an American flag, but there's also other cross niche ideas with eagles. We've got baseball right here, which I don't know if that's too relevant for Memorial Day, but I think you get the idea. These are the sort of designs you want to create for Memorial Day to get some extra sales for people who are remembering the fallen military personnel from past wars and just general conflicts. And niche number 8 that is going to see a bit of an increase of sales as well during May is rhinos. And that's because on the 1st of May, it is actually Save the Rhino Day. And if we do look at this niche, then some of the designs that do best actually relate to that phrase. So we've got Save the Chubby Unicorns, which is just another word for rhinos, I suppose. These do really well because they are quite funny, and yeah, they're another variation of that sentence to consider if you want to enter this specific holiday niche. Just another quick tip right here: if you're new to PewDCS, which is the research tool that I used to find these trends and niches, you can also go to the left hand side right here and click on social media holidays. This section of PewDCS is completely free to use, I'm sure. So if you sign up to an account via the link in the description, you can access this right here. You can flick through the different months on the right hand side. So if you wanted to look ahead to June, for example, just click on that and it will show you various different holidays. Look at June the 1st, there's so many already. Damn, that's definitely a lot. If you wanted to target something very specific, you can look through here for every single date and well, type these niches into the research tool or into Amazon to see whether there's some interest or some sales potential. Definitely tons and tons of ideas that you could target to get some more easy sales for the near future. So do check that out, PUDCS. You can sign up to it for free and try various different research tools on it for free as well. If you're struggling to get sales with print on demand and you're feeling really demotivated, then watching this video next will probably help you out, because in this video I will reveal to you why you're not seeing any results.